Another really windy day here in Minnesota on the homestead. Kind of trying to hide out a little bit from the wind, but I have to get my tomatoes in, and it's gonna be really windy, so you'll just please bear with me. So I'm Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader. So even though I have a lot of my garden in, I have a lot of plants left to put in. Not only in the main garden, but also right along the south side here. Anyway, it's a beautiful day today. We have a few days of 90s coming up, upper 90s, and so I need to get these poor plants in before they decide that they're not going to be able to make it. Okay, this is the last bed that I have to take care of and prep. So you have a bag of organic humus and manure, and there's some straw already in the beds. I also have a number of borage that came up from last year, and I apologize for all the pounding in the background. We got neighbors that are re-roofing, so there's a lot of noise, and we got high winds. So anyway, I'm just going to spend the next few minutes just pulling any weeds and prepping the bed, and then we'll get to planting. I've got the bed all cleaned out from all of the elm seeds, and it pretty leveled off. I'm just going to loosen it with my garden fork and then add the humus and manure. This one's all ready for planting, and so is that one. So let's go get the tomato plants. In this bed, I'm going to be planting delicious tomatoes. Since these are pretty close together, and I need to bury them pretty deeply, I'm going to take off these lower leaves and bury them to about up to here. Now the nature of a tomato plant, the root systems, you can see how fuzzy these are. Well, where they're all fuzzy, they will send roots out to them, so I can bury it deep. They're filling their pots at this point. They're outgrowing them. So what I will do at the bottom, I'm going to drill a hole, and at the bottom I'm going to put in an egg and 1/4 cup of trifecta. So that'll be the fertilizing. Okay, to put this on, I have to open up the drill as far as I can. Put that in there. Go forward with it. And lock it in. There we go. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then you just reverse it, hold on to this, and it unlocks it when I'm done. Last year I used a shovel, and so I had to dig these huge holes, and then you're moving the dirt into a pile, and when I have the tomato plants so close together here, this is going to be a great advantage. Put an egg down here. Crack it. Pour a cup of trifecta in here. Alright, I'm going to keep going with the rest of these. Alright, I've got this bed all in. Delicious tomatoes. Probably have a couple boards I'm going to put in, like here, and then maybe at the other end too. Now this poor little guy on the end was the first one I put in. The wind got it before I could stake it. So it's pretty well bent. I don't know if it's broken, but I may lose that one. But I need to stake these because of the winds. So I have two different size stakes here. I have one that's it's like a 3/4 inch square. It's about 5 feet long, and then I've got a 1x2 kind of that is probably 6 to 7 feet long. So the tall ones and the stronger ones I'm going to put in the middle so that the middle can grow up and I don't have to worry about them, and the shorter ones I'll put around the sides. I like to stake these as soon as I plant because then I know exactly where the root systems are and I don't have to worry about disturbing them. I've got all the stakes in. Look at that. Little plants and my stakes. It always puts a whole different dimension to the garden when these are staked up. It's no longer a flat panorama here. Alright, my next job is to tie these to the stakes. Now there's many different things you can use. You can use elastic, like plastic tie wraps. You can use strips of old t-shirts. I like to use twine. It has just served me well. And then when I'm taking the plants down, if I have some twine attached to it, then I don't have to worry about finding all the pieces because this will just, it's biodegradable, it'll compost with the plants. You don't want to tie this snug up against the post. You want to give a little bit of leeway, so I have it a little bit loose, but not so that when the wind catches it, it's not going to bend over. Keep in mind that these stems will grow to be at least as thick as my finger, if not thicker. So when these get bigger, I'll have to go back and look at these and maybe cut them loose when they're down here. But as the plants grow, I will continue to tie them up. Kind of propping it against the stake there to give it some strength. The other thing I like about twine is that it kind of grips the wooden poles. Alright, I'm going to go through and tie these all off. So I cut the string probably about 10 to 12 inches long. That looks like about 10 inches. Here we go. I'm going to keep on going here. So the tomatoes are all in and happy to be there, and they're staked. Everything's all set. Thank you so much for coming along with me and planting these tomatoes. Thanks for staying throughout this whole video. And I want to thank you so much too for watching all my other videos and coming to my lives. You guys are a true blessing and I am so grateful for you. So you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. Bye-bye.